Greetings. My name is Dathan Watts, aka I Am Incredible. I am the founder of the Insight Empowerment Organization. We are a spiritual development and personal achievement organization, and our primary focus is to show you how to connect with your highest self or divine genius. And this is the next briefing on the workshop that we have called Redefining Cool, from Spectacle to Spectacular. And this workshop focuses on the influence that pop culture has and had in shaping the dominant worldview of the general culture and, the mindset that creates. Now, cool is one of those definitions that I like to consider is a moving target. And I refer to it as a moving target because it requires you to have to continue to do things in order to stay cool. You got to continue to buy things in order to stay cool, be in style, keep up with the Joneses, that kind of a thing. Now, I believe that also what this does, it plays in early on in our lives that whole idea of peer pressure, which again just is, as we get older, is manifested as a form of keeping up with the Joneses. Now, I believe that one should have their expression of cool, because that expression of cool is essentially what I refer to as your individuality. It is that fingerprint. It is that one aspect, unique aspect of you that cannot be duplicated, and that is in and of itself is what makes you incredible. And never mind the fact that you are 70 billion cells working in concert together, which is essentially the size of a galaxy, if those cells were to be personified as stars, which in essence they are, because each one of them are a star in terms of the power that they hold and must work correctly in order for you to even comprehend the very thought that I am sharing right now. And the fact that your brain has 14 million neurons or file cabinets that has the capacity to remember and store everything that you ever see. All of that is what makes you absolutely unique, absolutely incredible. That's just scratching the surface. I mean, I could go on and on. But to show you where that individuality is a very special thing and is something that is to be celebrated. Another aspect of what Redefining Cool gets into is developing the necessary skill sets that the young people need in order to prepare themselves for this world that they are entering into. One of the reasons why I wrote this workshop is that I remember that when I came out of high school, which was 35 years ago, when I came out, I remember personally, I did not feel like I was prepared to take on this world that I was walking into. And what I realized was that I had to develop more skills in order to be able to cope. Now, one of the first things, or the major areas of concern that Redefining Cool deals with, is what's in it for me. There are 9 different sections that we deal with in Redefining Cool. And the first one is what's in it for me. And this is a legitimate question, okay? And this is a legitimate question that we all ask. I mean, if I'm going to get involved in this, what's in it for me? I mean, that's a reasonable question. And what we do is show you what's in it for you in the beginning. I just kind of brushed over just a minute ago all of these dynamic qualities that you have in you that resonate out of you right now, and some may be dormant. We want to begin to awaken those early in the individual, okay? And when we address that question and securely address that question within the individual of what's in it for me, Then moving forward to the next one is a natural segue, which is a family first policy. And it which ties into another one of my favorite scriptures that says, apart from me you can do nothing, but with me you can do all things. Now, what that means for me is that you can't do anything by yourself. Is that you have to be accompanied. You didn't get here by yourself. It took two parties for you to even get here. So for you to continue to develop and actualize your purpose and move forward in life, it is going to require you to have the assistance of others in your life. First and foremost, which is going to have the greatest impact in influencing you, is going to be family. So you want those influences and those relationships to be strong. You want them to be such that they're going to move you forward positively and progressively. So what Redefining Cool is about, this isn't like, some sophisticated babysitting service, because the parents got to get involved with what this teaching is all about, because I can't be telling your child that I am incredible and you are too, and you going, when they get home, you're telling them what they're not, what they'll never amount to be, and all of these other kind of negative suggestions that is erasing all the work that we did. Can't do that. So the parents got to get on board and make certain that the same things that we're saying, the same things that the child is learning, that the young people are learning, is the same things that they're hearing about themselves. And all of this is going to be reaffirming what the type of person that you want to create. Faith cometh by hearing what you're listening to. So what you're going to be hearing and listening to, all of these voices have to be succinct, in line with each other. Can't be any contradictions. Next is we're dealing with communication. Very powerful. Communication, being able to express yourself, being able to explain to the world who it is you are, is one of your most powerful tools. So it's here that we really begin to deal with all of the important aspects of being able to communicate effectively through your body language, as well as how you verbally express yourself. And next we deal with discipline and structure. And here you'll learn about structuring meaningful plans and practical and efficient approach to accomplishing your desires, that you'll build a life around things that matter most. And here, you're teaching this to people between the ages of 9 and 18. So if you begin to teach this at an early age, let me tell you that that term that we use, the terrible teens, is not terrible to start with. They're just going through a transition that you really want them to go through. Now, depending on how you condition them is really going to determine how they handle that transition, because you got chemical things going on during that period of time, and you got a number of different other influences that these people are exposed to, that you want to make certain that they interpret these things right, so that as they grow older, they will become an asset and not a liability. Next, you want to deal with creativity and freedom. These are very important aspects that the person is evolving into. Like they move from, we go through 3 basic stages. And these 3 basic stages are dependent, independent, and interdependent. Got that from Stephen Covey out of the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And you want to make certain that as they go through these stages, that they're properly developing the tools that they need, again, in order to be able to sustain themselves and live a self-sufficient lifestyle. And you deal with freeing their minds of fear and bondage related to old ideas and concepts and non-productive activity, and encourage them to explore different areas that stimulate the imagination and opens up the possibilities of what if. Then the next phase is number 6 is responsibility. It's here handling of your business moves from the cliche to a reality. It's in this area where we really deal with details and traceable plans towards maturing and growing older and wiser, making conscious decisions now that are on purpose, with purpose. When you begin to put those things in place early and the consequences that come along with making decisions, you are developing a powerful individual that will be excited about proving to you and the world that I can handle this, I understand what's going on, and ready to move forward. Next, we deal with the real special ed. And we examine why it's important to adopt a lifestyle for personal development. We teach you that early. Why you want to develop a lifestyle of personal development early, and the freedom that comes along with this, and applying the knowledge of self-awareness. And in addition, to build a network of like-minded individuals, like-minded, motivated individuals that see the power of self-development and meaningful change. In section 8, we deal with more money. It's in this segment that we deal with the history, why money, what money is all about, developing a wealth consciousness, and why we desire what we desire, the Mad Men, if you will, and the Edward Bernays mentality that we have been trained in, and why we really judge ourselves by the things that we have as opposed to who we are. We get into that, and we put that into a perspective. I'm not against making money. I'm not against being rich. I'm not against being wealthy. I'm not against having nice things. I'm against things defining us by what we have as opposed to who we are, and who I am is this is what I got. We want to put things in their proper perspective. And number 9 is about reach out and touch. After we've established these qualities in our lives, next we want to hear about a lifestyle of interdependence. And when we talk about interdependence, we're talking about we move from a dependent stage in life to an independent stage in life, to a stage in life where we're working together or interdependent with each other. And that, to me, is the highest form of how we are to live. And if we have that proper training at a foundational level starting out, then as we move next to the next level, it seems as a normal part of our lifestyle transition. And I assure you that if done properly, they will be excited about proving to you that you did an excellent job in training them on how to live effectively and responsibly and be able to make a positive impact and contribution to not only their lives, but the ones that they love and people in general and life in general. Thank you very much for your time, and see you on the next video. Peace and love.